In this episode, I'm going to be talking about feedback because this is the hardest one to get everyone on the same page. So in the lesson bank, there are 2 slots for feedback. And here's the reason why. They are also different than in the schedule template. In the schedule template, if we go over there, this is the personal schedule template for yourself that you will copy from the lesson bank, and then this is where you will keep all of your own schedule and build your own lesson so that you're not copying and pasting in between classes. Anyway, back to feedback. So in the template it says bank feedback to parent feedback. However, in the lesson bank it says bank feedback alternate parent feedback. The reason why is the base way is in the schedule template, this is correct. So this is the format that you'll be using mostly. It is that the bank feedback is to have a blank template or skeleton type feedback that you don't personalize ever, even in your own personal schedule. The reason why we did that is because once you start getting good at making entries into the lesson bank and you start editing while you're in class, or you copy and paste your schedule in what's in there and then you edit it and fix it, or you fill in an entry, then you teach your class usually, but we want those lessons. So we want it easy to copy back into the collaborative lesson bank. If you've personalized that feedback, it's not easy because then you have to unpersonalize it. So that's why there's the bank feedback and then the parent feedback, so that the 2 parent feedback can be personalized. So this was the general one, and then I came in over here and entered some personalization about their performance. But then I can still copy and paste the entry back into the collaborative lesson bank. The reason why it's different on the actual MC page or the other pages, excuse me, is because we don't want any personalized feedback in the lesson bank. Personalized feedback only takes extra time to go through and edit out personalizations and performance reviews and he, she, and all of it. And so it also leaves open a room for mistakes that also, could be embarrassing or bad for a teacher. So the reason why it's different is because if you want to add another style of feedback into the lesson bank, another template or skeleton, please do, and that's alternate parent feedback area. Just because, like this one is a paragraph form, but these ones are both just copy and pasted from the lesson outline, and that's fine. The only thing that we're asking as a rule for the bank feedbacks are that they aren't personalized or performance based. The idea is good bank feedback is an overview of the lesson, not an overview of the child. There's nothing performance or specific about that feedback. So that ideally a teacher, like in a pinch and just needed to put in feedback because they have 1 more minute until their time closes, they could copy and paste it into the feedback, the actual parent feedback in the portal, and it would stand as it is. That it wouldn't be personalized, but it would still say it would be complete as it is. Like, it's nice to see your child in class today. This is what we learned about. Your child earned 5 stars. And they could just copy and paste it and it'd be good. Or that in it, ideally daily, what we would be doing is you'd copy and paste that in and then personalize it. And personalizing it would be very easy, that you just put in their name and then a performance review and then suggestions on what they needed to work on, etc. So, to recap, no personalizations, just a review of the lesson, ending with your child earned 5 stars. And the reason why we just recently added this is because they've asked us on Fresh Desk to add that into our feedback, to let parents know that their child earned 5 stars to help with the star problems. And you should be giving 5 stars every lesson unless there was a big reason not to. So it's much easier to edit when there was a really bad class and a kid didn't get 5 stars, to edit those stars down to 4 or 3 or whatever they got. Then the majority of the classes should be 5 stars, and so that's already in there. Again, the bank feedback, like in K and L, neither should be personalized. They're just alternate options for different teachers of whatever kind of style they like. But as long as it's that, please put your own style into it. If you want to write great feedback all written out, please do. That's great. If you don't, a quick and easy way is just to have a quick greeting like, "It was nice to see your child," and then copy and paste the points outline and then say they earned 5 stars. The one thing that we really need help with, we're really working hard to get parents and students on board with the final project. So like in this one, whenever you're on lesson 5 or 11, please type out and put in the final projects for the bank feedback so that we can always be copying and pasting those. Because even if a student's doing all the work online by themselves and their workbooks all by themselves, hopefully parents are reading their feedback, and then that gives them a tip that a final project is here. So that's the overview. If you do put in personalized ones, I just delete them because they usually take too long. Unless there's just a couple things, then maybe I'll update it to be a good skeleton. If you want to write one where they would enter he and she, just make it very, very obvious where the teacher would put in a personalization. Other than that, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for putting in feedback to help other teachers out and to help yourself out when you have that repeat class. All right, that's all. Good job, guys. Woo!